Hey Aries, welcome in to your video. Okay, so let's continue with our, I was going to say journey, but yeah, why not? Let's continue with our journey. I'm on it right there with you guys. First week of October, let's see what your situation is. So we're going full on into October. So we have some changes happening to you guys, as everybody with the eclipses. But I'll tell you, the cardinal signs are having a little bit more of an easier time. It might not look like that to you, but trust me when I tell you, it's a little bit easier for the cardinal signs versus the fixed and the mutables. They are really going through it. I want you guys to think about your last 12 years. How horrendous it's been for you. The ups, the downs, the building your career, the building a relationship, the falling apart, the no lucks, the no breaks. All of that has kind of come to an end. Don't get me wrong, Saturn is coming back. Situation for Aries, please. First week of October. The Saturn's coming back, but not in like a horrible kind of way. It's just to teach you a little bit of patience, and with your a little bit of patience and your hard work, you're going to be heavily rewarded. Anyway, with these changes, trust that the universe took out the trash. I promise you. All right. Look where we are. We're back to square one because that's what these eclipses, lunar and solar, in September were meant to do. The first was death. The second one was birth. So those of you who are flowing and rolling with the punches, it's becoming a little bit easier for you. Those of you who are not, who are bucking the system, fighting it, I'm telling you right now, the universe press Control Alt Delete on everybody. So when I say Control Alt Delete, I mean this Page of Wands. That's an Aries card. That is Aries in its genuine, truest form ever. There's a couple videos back when I was talking about, why they always say Aries is the child of the zodiac and blah, blah, blah. That's it. Because a child is innocent. Because a child likes to explore. Because a child is curious. Because a child goes in a candy store and it's like, oh my God, what's in that? What? That's you. That's what's happening here. You're getting curious. Your little child inside of you is getting sparked. It's waking up. See, a child, they don't think about the future in the sense that, like, oh my God, I got to prepare. I'm scared. I'm nervous. You're not feeling like that anymore. All right. Those energies are subsiding. This is the stuff I'm talking about. It's getting a little bit easier. It's not to say that you're not trying to make sacrifices right now, because you are. And the Five of Swords is here, and the Devil's here, and third party situation is here. All right. So I do see you struggling to make a choice regarding something. You're asking yourselves what you can and cannot live with is what you're doing. All right. So that burning house theory where you have to run in and get the two most valuable things to you so you can put them in your new house. You have to go on instinct. You have to go on your gut, Aries, because when the house is burning down, you're not thinking anything. You're like, the first thing that comes to your mind for you to grab, that's what you're grabbing. That's instinct, right? So these are the things you kind of got to think about when you're sacrificing. Like, do you want a warm bed at night? Do you want to be with this lover? But it comes with strings attached. Are those strings okay? Five of Swords. Like, are you all right with somebody who's mentally abusive? But then, you got a warm bed at night. You're not alone. You're not single. But you got that to deal with. Or maybe not. Maybe your inner peace is more valuable than somebody who plays head games with you, who promises you things, or who goes back and forth and toys with your emotions. That's another thing you got to think about, because you got Five of Swords. You're trying to kind of make those sacrifices. What's coming in towards my Aries, please? You're going through some major growing up stages right now, Aries. Huge ones. Yeah, you're making finite decisions. And there's your five. I literally took this card and put it in the middle of the deck and just came back out on the end. Saggy energy. You're getting new jobs, guys. A new solid start. Others of you, it's a solid new start to a relationship. But your ghosts in the closets are coming out. The skeletons from the coffins are coming out. You got to nail that shit down. All right? Because it's becoming a burden. It's becoming an exhaustion. You put too much on you, Aries. Like, An Aries putting too much on themselves? No, not an Aries. Just kidding. All right, I got to stop messing with you guys. Yeah, you've overwhelmed yourselves. Others of you, it's a new job and it's just a lot of work, but you need to make a final decision or judgment call on something. And you're very curious to see where it leads. All right, very simple. Let's see what Aries doesn't see coming their way, please. Well, I don't know about this. All right, so I got Magician in reverse, which is read two ways. Okay. My instincts are telling me this might be work related, so let me tell you about this. The Magician in reverse, first of all, the two ways it could be read is that this is somebody that's a manipulator in your life, or unless you're doing it, you're manipulating a situation or a person. Or you don't have enough of resources or know-how or knowledge to take on a specific project, job, or position. Okay? And it's stressing you out. You're having sleepless nights. So if you're in the camp of, someone manipulating you, it's stressing you out, and you're still working towards the relationship. Others of you, if this is work related, there might be a position or situation that you are being forced to be put in at work, and you're busting your ass, but you might not have all the resources ready to elevate or move on. I know that's not something you want to hear, but it's important to hear, because maybe when we clarify, it'll tell us what you're missing and what you need. We'll see. Others of you, like I said. But look at the tower behind it. I think you're working really hard towards a goal, and someone's kind of like using you too. Also in a relationship. That's the vibe. 8 of Pentacles that I'm seeing here, guys. You're working really hard towards your craft, your goals, your hobby, yourself, you as a person. Let me show you something. Those of you who are working on your shadow side or your enlightenment side, it's not easy. It's called homework. It's hard fucking work. And you go through ups, downs, tribes, tribulations, peaks, valleys, good days, bad days. But those of you who are working on yourselves, you need to understand how your frequency and your vibe is changing. It's elevating. It's growing, right? But this is why I think 8 of Pentacles is interesting for me to explain this to those of you where this is spiritually inclined. You see how you're looking down at your bench and you're chiseling away. These are all the, accomplishments you're making towards yourself. You haven't looked up. You haven't seen all that you've done for yourself. You haven't been like, oh my God, I did all that? Now really look up. What's missing? Aries, what's missing? What's missing in your love life? What's missing in your job? What's missing in your career? What's missing in your world? Abundance is love, health, and wealth. So what in the world is missing for you that's going to make you happy? I'm saying this because I saw 5 of Swords twice. And I'm also saying this is because Tower should remind you too, that that's like a job on thin ice. That's a relationship on thin ice. That is a fight. That is a breakup. That is something big that upends your world. That changes the foundation and quite literally your circumstance with your person or position. See, Tower tells me you're also staying in a place, person, situation, relationship that is semi-toxic, or your thought process, or you're getting stuck. And the universe is like, what the fuck are you doing there? You just finished elevating yourself. Why are you doing that? So it's going to give you a Tower moment, right? You're going to get pushed out. You're going to have that fight. You're going to get thrown from that career or this or that, because it's forcing you to make those changes because you have been elevating. Let me show you something more interesting, right? You see the Tower? We're at the bottom of the deck. This is going to come in the coming weeks. Most importantly, what's on the table is what's happening for your first week of October. But I want to show you the escalation, right? 6 of Wands and then the Devil behind that. See, the 6 of Wands is an ego boost. Someone comes back to vindicate you, validate. Yeah, Aries, you were right. Or this is your job. It feels good, but to what avail? You don't get the job back. You don't get the promotion. You don't go back to square one in the relationship. The person doesn't come back to you. You don't fix it. Yeah, they come back to vindicate you, validate you. That feels nice, but you need to see why the devil's there too. Because you have to remind yourself, oh yeah, it felt good, but I'm still waiting for this to turn even better or where I want it to go. And then when you realize it doesn't, that somebody here is obsessed or there's a problem because there's something toxic, then we start moving and we start talking to the right people. People who are emotionally correct. People who are there for you, because this king is in the upright position. Anyway, let's continue. I don't want to, drag this down a rabbit hole, but I'm showing you the escalation of things of how they're trickling post eclipse, right? So it's like a waking up period. It's like an acknowledgement. But you have all been, this is why it's easier for cardinal signs, because you've been there and done that. So for you, it's like, it's nothing new to you anymore. So what's the advice here for Aries? I actually can't wait to see this. What's the advice here for Aries? Okay. You only have one major arcana so far. I need you to remember that, because once I do the outcome, we'll go back to that. I want to see if any more major arcanas come out because it's significant. You have 2 of Wands, 4 of Wands. This is a lot of Wands. Here, it's talking about you being able to elevate or create a foundation somewhere. You have that here now, right? Where? It's in the future. See, the 2 of Wands talks about looking out there and seeing what's right for you, because out there is the person you're going to get engaged with or move in with or build a home with or buy a home, quite literally. Out there is where you're going to elevate in a career, in a job, in a business, your legacy. You could build it. Out there in the future is your foundation. You need to start taking action swiftly. And I think that you guys are going to be getting some opportunities soon, or you have the ability to turn something into an opportunity yourselves, right? In the very coming future, very near. What is the outcome of the week, please? For Aries, please. What is the outcome of the week? See, I was waiting to see if any more major arcanas were going to come out before I went back to the one that you had. You did have one more. You have the High Priestess. First, let's read the cards. 8 of Cups, 6 of Cups. This is walking away from someone from your past. Someone you're not talking to. Or you guys aren't talking about your issue, so you're like, okay, this is no longer emotionally satisfying me. I'm going to leave. We said all we could say. What else is there to say? High Priestess. So now you have 2, but all of them are minor, and a lot of them are Wands. This is you taking a lot of action post-eclipse. There's something, though, you're trying to do that you might not be ready for yet. But I do see you leaving something emotionally because it's just no longer there. It's not satisfying you. So you are still doing you. You're doing what you've been doing, but now you got to kind of like morph it into an opportunity to grow from the 8 to go to the 9 to go to the 10. The 9 of Pentacles is financial independence or doing something alone or being alone, single in a relationship. 10 is marriage. It's commitment. It's a lot of money on your home. It's the big cheese, right? So you want to go from 8 to 9 to 10. You have to look up because you've built everything that you have built, a foundation, but you're still missing something. That is why you have the Magician in reverse in the center of your reading. And in your outcome, you're leaving because you feel like where you are isn't completing that cycle for you. The 9 and the 10. Somehow you're using your intuition in the outcome to understand what I'm telling you. You're using your intuition to say, yeah, I need to get to the 9 and the 10. And why can't I have it all? Why can't I have a relationship and love and work and all of it? You know, the last 3-4 years, I realized how I can build my future, my fortune, my money, my career. And I know, and I have the tools now to keep building. Maybe there's maybe one element missing. Others of you, the same thing with love. You're like, maybe it's that love factor in my life that I'm missing, but I'm cool with it. I'm going to be okay because eventually I know it will come to me because I've learned everything I could possibly learn. You start getting curious. You start becoming little Aries again, baby Aries, who saw the world at the palm of their hands with wide eyes. And you were like, oh my God, what's out there? Right? You get this new opportunity. You start busting your ass. You have to make a judgment call on something from your past. You're stressing about it because maybe you don't think you have enough of something to do something. But your advice over here is saying, no, your future's out there. It's the new thing. Keep going. You got a walking cane. Use it. You're using now your intuition to emotionally detach for something that's not working for you emotionally. Are we good so far? I like the fact that you only have 2 major arcanas. All the other zodiac signs were getting the heavy duty guys. When I don't see the heavy duty guys coming out, that means although you're going through change, you're working it. You're working the system. You're working with the universe. You're working and walking on your path. You're going forward. And it's just giving you one caveat, but you're using your intuition. It looks amazing to me. This is why I feel like the cardinal signs are kind of like rolling with the punches, right? And you guys are doing you, which I'm really loving here. It might feel like it's not, but it is. Like not working, but it is. Even if you're losing a relationship, my life's not working, but it is. I'm telling you, the universe is taking out the trash. And on an instinctual level, I think you're letting it go. I think you're letting it happen. You're like, okay, here you go. You want some help? I'll get the broom. Page of Wands. Clarified Page of Wands. 3 of Cups. So maybe some of you guys are thinking about a reconciliation with somebody where you thought you had unrequited love. So now you're creating a runner-chaser dynamic. I don't know if that ever bodes well, but you let me know in the comments. See, you see this turtle pining and crying over his lost cups? Meanwhile, there's a little Flipper back there, dolphin, being like, hi! But you're ignoring Flipper because you're not interested. You're bored. You're like, no, not for me. No, thank you. I'm trying, but I don't like them. Or I don't like this situation. If this isn't you, then it's them. Flip it, because this is how it came out. Flipper all up in your face. I like you now. Oh, do I like you? You're curious about a reconciliation with somebody who's coming back. You're like, well, what's that about? What do I do with that? Or some job offer or someone from your company where you assumed they weren't interested and you all of a sudden are interested. You do you. You stay on your path. You stay the way you stay. You beautiful little gorgeous Aries. You've been doing the right thing all along. There's a reason why they're back. All right. Others of you, you could be doing that. You could be like, well, maybe there's something there. I don't know. Let me go see. Judgment, 10 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Well, there you are, the Emperor and the Page of Pentacles. There's a vast difference between an Emperor and a Page. Emperor, Kings, Queens, Knights, Pages. The Emperor tells the kings and the queens, I want this to happen in my realm. Spread the word and make it happen. Kings and queens, go to the knight. You are literally physically the deliverer of this information. You go out there and you make sure that this happens. The knight goes to the little page. Here is the literal message. Here is the email. Here is the text. Here is the smoke signal. Here is the pigeon mail, snail mail, whatever. Go and deliver it to XYZ so we can start playing chess. Are you with me? Come back. The Emperor makes an empire. He creates the empire. He bosses. He leads. He levels up, right? This is you getting a new job, being burdened. Others of you, a brand new solid relationship, but you're burdened because you've got to put the last nail in the coffin from something from your past. This is about bossing up to a situation that is a page. that is stagnated, that is not growing, that has it's boring. You know, I explain the page to other people, I mean other signs, not other people's, the other cohorts, how when you go to college to get a degree, you are a page, you are a novice, you are learning. You go through your first year. Are you going to stay in your first year? No, you've outgrown it. That's it. The page goes on to the second, the third, and the fourth until they get their degree, because they have to keep learning. They have to keep evolving. That is the Page of Pentacles. When you're like this in a relationship, that means you got bored. It's stagnated. It's not evolving. It's not grown. It either has an expiration date or it needs to grow. And that's where you're at. And that is your burden. And that is the judgment call you have to do. And that is you trying to boss up to do that. See, I see you trying to manifest a situation because you have this vision in your mind with the Chariot that you want to move forward focused, regardless of the positive and the negative, because what's the focus for you? I don't know. It could be your career. It could be your new job thing. It could be this new project you're dealing with, or this relationship, or what you want out of your love life. I know you're trying to make these wise judgment calls. You're stressing, you're freaking out, but there's something here. I want to see what the Magician is. Please clarify this. Couldn't wait to clarify this. Clarify the Magician in reverse and the Nine of Swords, sorry. Okay, that makes sense, but I want to know about the Magician. Oh. Wow, that's crazy. The bottom of the deck, I see the High Priestess and the Hierophant. This is about a marriage or a commitment. You're trying to use your intuition, or you're not talking about your problem. I say justice because that is court, that is law, that is fair, that is balance. This is karma correction, but it's upright, so it's going to be balanced for all parties involved. Back in the day, you know, the scales were used to measure value, correct? It's the same thing in this justice system. That's why they say justice is blind. But speaking of blind, you have the Moon. So here are your fears, your anxieties, your stress. You're like, if you do something, you have fear of the unknown. You have fear of the future. Like if you leave someone or something, you're like, will this be a detriment to my future? This is your concerns. These are your worries. I understand. And you feel, or maybe it's quite literal, that you don't have the means or the wherewithal to put yourself out there. But justice is here. So if you're in a situation that's not fair, it will be corrected. Okay? This also applies if you did something wrong or you did something bad, it will be corrected. You do something good, you will get good. So even if you feel like you're doing something wrong or you're doing something bad, as long as you go by it the right way, you're fair about it, then just your karma is clean. Like, I'll give you an example. A friend of mine. She was getting a divorce. She didn't know if that was the right thing to do for herself. And, you know, her person was good. He wasn't a bad person. But it was her. She just felt like she didn't get a full life. And she married young and this and that. Is that a mistake? That's for her to find out. It's her journey. It's her path, right? But it was her mistake to make. So going forward, she ends up getting the divorce. But she tells her husband, I want a divorce. This could be the biggest mistake of my life. I understand that. It's not you, obviously. You're a great human being. You're a great person. But I don't know why I feel bored. I don't know why I feel stagnated here. I just don't know. Maybe you'll be patient with me as we separate, or maybe you won't. But I'll understand and respect your decision. And again, I could be making the worst mistake of my life. But that's on me, because that's going to be my life lesson. And maybe in the future, I'll come back correct to you. If there is a future with us, I don't know, 6-7 years from now. She did it the right way. Even if it was right or wrong, the choice. It doesn't matter. She did it the right way. Justice. Because she was honest. She was fair. It's not like she snuck around. It's not like she ghosted. It's not like, you know, other fucked up shit that people do to each other. I don't know. You get what I'm saying. But this is what's going on for you. The surprise is like you're stressed because of your future. You don't know what to do. There is something that you are missing from doing this, okay? Others of you, maybe, yeah, you're dealing with a manipulator. And it's killing you. But justice is there, so I wouldn't worry. 2 of Wands and 4 of Wands. The Tower in reverse. You are still holding on to something that is hanging on by a thread. You need to close this chapter. The Tower in reverse. It fell. Metaphorically, your shit fell. Okay? That job, that career, that relationship, that marriage, it fell. It needs to be re-erected correctly, or you need to move on. You're holding on to it. In your mind, it's gone. It's gone. It's done. So that's why your advice is go out there, find your future. Wait for no man. Wait for no one. The only person you wait for is your children, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe your family. That's it. But wait for what? Your future to be on hold? No. You're hanging on to something. Let it go. Your future's out there to build the foundation. All these people in your recent past or whatever, I'm telling you, if it's meant to be, it won't pass you by. Now, what is the High Priestess? The Eight of Cups, Six of Cups. Some of you are rejecting a lover, flat out. And this is what you want, and this is what you'll get, right? So you are rejecting a lover. You stop talking to them. There's somebody from your recent past. It was one-way love. The love was only going in one direction, and it was flowing right out of you, and you had nothing in return. So here is what is coming. The second you let this go, this comes in. Someone that is a king, someone that is at your level, someone who wants to create a foundation with you. Do you see this? That's in your advice. That's coming. It's around the corner. So maybe your lover will come in correct, or this is a new person that's coming in towards you. I see desire coming in. Oh, I like what I'm seeing back here. But you know what? You're going to have to wait. What's going on? What are we reading in the extended for Aries? Aries, you're the only one where the membership Let's Get Lunch will be grandfathered in for you. That will be only monthly for Aries. There's going to be an all access pass too. And single purchases. Extended readings. What are we going to be talking about in regards to love? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? What are we going to talk about? Let your friendship, let your friends help you. Past life relationship. I think, guys, a lot of you, this is a wrap. Your recent love lives, what you just endured, what you recently went through, and after the eclipses, that was, I know it's not focusing. Hold on. So I'm going to bring this close. Let your friends help you. We're going to chat a little bit about it in the extended, but mostly we're going to look into your person, their thoughts and feelings. But aside from that, I think you guys wrapped up a chapter. And if it wasn't you, it was them. So I feel like a lot of you, your person needs to go out there and see it for themselves. Because I feel like the cardinal signs, you all did your homework. You all went through your hell and back. And now you're vibrating at a different frequency. It's the fixed and the mutable signs who have to go through what you went through now, unfortunately. And a lot of you are dating those signs. So that is what it is. Now, with that said, that's what I got for you. Members, I'll see you over there. Everyone else, next week.